The air tasted like iron. The sun came up red behind the hills. Smoke still rose from the wagons. I walked slow through the dust, gun in hand. Dead horses lay in the road. I did not look long. Someone coughed near the broken cart. I went closer. A woman lay there, blood on her shirt. Her eyes were open but weak. She saw me and tried to speak. "Water," she said. I gave her the last drop from my canteen. She drank, then grabbed my wrist. "Please," she whispered. "My girls. Help them." I looked around. 2 small shapes hid under a wagon blanket. I said, "It's over now. Come out!" No one moved. The woman pulled my sleeve. "They're scared," she said. "Don't shout." I knelt beside her. "What happened here?" I asked. She closed her eyes. "They came at dawn, bandits." I knew that word. Bandits, men who rode with me once. Men who burned towns and took gold. "Where did they go?" I asked. She pointed south. Her hand shook. "Please, sir." "Take my girls away." "I will," I said. "Promise me," she begged. "I promise." Her hand dropped. Her eyes went still. I sat back and looked at the smoke. I wanted to pray, but no words came. The wind only carried ash. A small voice spoke from behind me. "Is Mama sleeping?" I turned. 2 girls stood close together. One was older, maybe 10. The other was little, maybe 6. Both wore dirty dresses and no shoes. "She's tired," I said softly. "Come here." The older one stepped forward. Her chin lifted like she didn't trust me. "Who are you?" she asked. "My name's Luke," I said. "I was riding north. Did you see the men?" "I came after," I said. "I'm sorry." She looked at the gun in my hand. "Are you one of them?" Her question hit hard. I shook my head. "Not anymore." She studied my face. The little one tugged her sleeve. "I'm cold," she said. I took my coat off and wrapped it around her. She smiled a little. "Thank you, mister. What's your name?" I asked. "June," she said. "And you?" I asked the older girl. "Clara. Clara June," I said. "We need to move." "It's not safe here." Clara crossed her arms. "We can't leave Mama." I looked at the still body. "I'll make her a grave first," I said. We worked in silence. I dug with my hands until they bled. Clara placed wildflowers by her mother's hair. June held the woman's hand and cried. When we covered the grave, June whispered, "Goodbye, Mama." I stood there a long time. Smoke from the wagon rose behind us like a black flag. I wanted to tell them the truth, that I once rode with the killers. But the words stayed in my throat. "Where will we go?" Clara asked. "There's a town west," I said. "Maybe work, maybe food," she frowned. "You don't sound sure." "I'm not," I said. "But it's better than staying." June wiped her eyes. "I'm hungry." I gave her half a biscuit from my pocket. She smiled. Her teeth were small and white. Clara watched me again. "Why are you helping us?" I looked at the grave, because I couldn't help before. She didn't understand, and that was good. We started walking. The sky turned gray. Rain began to fall. It washed the blood from my hands. June slipped on the mud. I lifted her and carried her on my hip. She leaned her head on my shoulder. "You smell like smoke," she said. "I know," I said. "It's a bad day. Are you our new pa?" she asked. I almost dropped her. "No," I said quickly. "Just someone who helps," she smiled. "Mama said you'd come." My heart twisted. I didn't ask what she meant. By nightfall, we reached the ridge. From there I saw the valley, empty land, wet and dark. A single lantern burned far away. Clara pointed. "Is that the town?" "Maybe," I said. She sighed. "I hope there's bread." June yawned. "I hope there's a bed." "We'll find both," I said, though I wasn't sure. At the fire that night, I watched them sleep. June's small hand rested on Clara's arm. I thought of the promise I made. "Take care of them." My words echoed in my head. I whispered to the dark, "I will. Even if it kills me." The wind answered with the smell of rain and ashes. I closed my eyes and tried to forget the faces of my old gang. But they came back anyway, laughing, shooting, burning. I saw myself among them, smiling once. Then I saw the woman's face again, and I knew I'd never sleep clean again. The rain kept falling like the sky was crying for us. I held the reins tight, but my hands shook. The wagon was broken, the fire dead. The woman on the ground coughed blood into her hands. Her face looked gray, like all life had already left. "Please," she whispered. "My girls. Take them." Her voice was thin, weak like wind through grass. I looked at the girls. One was maybe 16, Clara. Strong eyes, sharp as glass. The other was smaller, June, burning with fever, her face red and wet from rain. "I can't leave you here," I said. The mother shook her head. "You must. I'm done. Just promise me you'll take care of them." Her eyes begged for something I wasn't sure I could give. Clara pressed her hands against her mother's arm. "You're not done, Ma, please." The mother smiled, small and sad. "Be good, Clara. Look after your sister." Then she looked at me again. "You'll take June, won't you?" June tried to sit up, shaking. "No." "Take Clara, she's stronger. Take her instead of me." Those words cut deep. I froze. The rain hit my face, cold and sharp. I didn't know what to say. Clara turned to her sister. "Don't say that, June." "I mean it," June whispered. "She needs to live more than I do." Her tiny hand reached for mine. I felt it tremble. "I'm not leaving either of you," I said. "You both come with me." The mother's breath came short and slow. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you." Her head fell back. Her hand went limp in the mud. Clara screamed, "Ma, no!" I stood there, rain mixing with tears, holding the little one who shook like a leaf. Clara pushed me away. "Don't touch her!" "Who are you, anyway?" "My name's Luke," I said softly. "I'm just someone passing through." "You can't take us," she said. "You don't know us." "I know enough," I said. "You need food, a fire, a roof. We can find our own way." "You can't," I said. "Look at your sister." June's head rolled against my arm. "She was burning hot. I need to get her to shelter before night." Clara hesitated. "If you try to hurt us—" "I won't," I said. "You have my word." The word promise felt heavy in my mouth. She looked at her mother one last time. Her lips trembled. "Ma, I'll come back for you." I didn't say that the storm would wash the grave away by morning. Some truths hurt too much. We walked. The wind howled across the hills, pulling my coat, pushing against the wagon. I carried June in my arms. She was light as a shadow. Clara followed, her face hard but her eyes lost. "You knew my ma?" She asked suddenly. "No," I said. "I just happened by. Then why help us?" I hesitated. "Because someone helped me once." "Long time ago. Did you pay them back?" "Not yet," I said. "Maybe this is my chance." She didn't answer. She just kept walking beside me, the mud sucking at her boots. When we found a small cave under the ridge, I set June down on my coat. I built a small fire. My fingers were stiff, but I got it going. Clara sat close to her sister. "She won't wake," she said quietly. "She will," I said. "She just needs warmth." I gave June water from my flask. She coughed, then whispered, "Cold." "I know," I said. "Rest now." The firelight danced on the stone walls. Outside, thunder rolled like the sound of God's anger. Clara watched me. "You look scared," she said. "I am," I said. "I don't know if I can do this." "Then why try?" "Because I can't walk away again," she frowned. "Again?" I looked into the fire. "Once, I left someone behind. Didn't end well." "Who?" "Someone who trusted me." She stared, maybe trying to read my face. But she said nothing. I tore some bread in half, gave her a piece. She ate without a word. After a while, she whispered, "Ma said you'd take June. Why did you take both?" "Because I couldn't choose." "Maybe you should have," she said coldly. Her words stung, but I said nothing. Later that night, I heard her sob quietly beside the fire. I turned my face away. I didn't want her to see my tears, too. When dawn came, the rain stopped. The world smelled of wet earth and smoke. I looked at the two girls, one strong and angry, one small and fragile. Clara opened her eyes. "Where will we go now?" "There's a ranch west of here," I said. "A widow there helps travelers. We'll go there. Why should we trust you?" "You shouldn't," I said. "But it's all you got." She looked at June, then nodded slowly. "Fine. But if you lie to us, I'll know." Her courage almost made me smile. Fair enough. I saddled my horse and lifted June gently. She slept, her arms hanging limp. Clara climbed behind me. As we rode out, she said softly, "You could have taken one." "You took both. Why?" I looked at the gray sky ahead. "Because I owed someone. Maybe your mother. Maybe myself. I don't know yet." The wind blew cold on my face. I felt the weight of both girls behind me. One breathing weakly, the other watching every move I made. That was the day I stopped being alone. That was also the day my punishment truly began. The rain had stopped when we reached the river. The air smelled of wet soil and smoke. We laid her mother down under a cottonwood tree. I dug the grave myself. Each shovel of dirt felt heavier than the last. Clara stood behind me, holding her sister's hand. June's eyes were red from crying. She whispered, "Will she wake up?" I said softly, "No, June. She's gone home." She frowned. "But this is home." I had no words for that. When the grave was deep enough, I stopped. Clara stepped closer, her voice shaking. "Shouldn't we pray?" I nodded but said nothing. My mouth felt dry. I tried to say a prayer, but my voice broke. My hands were dirty, my heart worse. Clara looked at me. "You don't believe in God?" "I used to," I said. "What happened?" "Life," I answered. She stared like she wanted to ask more, but June spoke first. "I'll pray," June said softly. She knelt on the wet ground. "Dear God, please take Mama to the stars. Please don't let her be cold. And please don't make Luke sad." Her words hit me harder than rain. I turned away before she saw my eyes. After we covered the grave, Clara said, "Where will we go now?" "West," I said. "There's a town 2 days from here." "Do you have people there?" she asked. "Not anymore." "What about your family?" I paused. "They're gone too." She studied me like she was trying to read my soul. June tugged my coat. "Can we have a house?" "Maybe," I said. "With a door that closes tight?" "Yes, little one." "And a horse?" "If we're lucky." She smiled through tears. "Then let's go." We walked till dusk. The river ran beside us, quiet and silver. I carried June on my back when she got tired. Her head rested on my shoulder, light as a feather. She whispered, "You smell like smoke." "I know," I said. "Been around too many fires." "Bad ones?" "The worst." She hugged my neck. "You're good now." Clara walked ahead, silent. When the sky turned orange, she said, "You didn't tell us your name before." "Luke," I said. "Just Luke?" "That's enough." She gave a small nod. "Mama said people with short names tell long lies." I froze. She turned to see my face. "I mean," she stammered, "that's what she used to say, about others." I forced a smile. She was smart. When night came, we made a fire. Clara helped gather wood. June sat close to the flames, holding her hands out. "Can fire go to heaven?" she asked. "Why?" I said. "So Mama can be warm." I stared into the flames. Maybe it already has. After they slept, I sat watching the fire die. The stars looked sharp against the dark sky. I thought about my past, the raids, the faces, the blood. My hands shook. I rubbed them hard, trying to clean ghosts off my skin. Didn't work. Nothing ever did. Clara stirred awake. "You're still up?" she asked. Couldn't sleep. She wrapped a blanket around her shoulders. "You don't talk much. Talking brings pain. So does silence," she said quietly. I looked at her. Strong eyes, too old for her age. "I'll protect you," I said. She didn't answer. Morning came soft and gray. June woke first, coughing a little. I gave her water. She smiled weakly. I dreamed Mama was by the river. "What did she say?" "She said she's warm now," I nodded. "Good." We started walking again. The world ahead felt wide and empty. Each step west was a promise I wasn't sure I could keep. But I had to try. The girls had no one else. And maybe, just maybe, saving them might save me too. The road ended at a small ranch. Smoke rose from a stone chimney. I felt my hands shake as I lifted June down from the horse. A woman stepped out of the barn. "You look half dead, Cowboy," she said. "I've been worse," I told her. "The girls need a place to rest." She looked at them. Mud, blood, and fear all over their faces. "Bring them in," she said softly. "Name's May. Folks around here call me Widow May." We followed her into a warm kitchen. The smell of soup hit me like home. My stomach growled. "Sit," she said. "You can eat first, talk later." June smiled for the first time in days. Clara stayed quiet, her eyes still sharp. May placed bowls before us. "Where are you heading?" she asked. "Nowhere," I said. "Just need work." She studied my hands. "Rough hands." "You can chop wood?" "I can. Then you work here. Fair pay, food, roof. Deal." "Deal." That night I stacked wood behind the barn till my arms burned. Each swing of the axe helped me forget, but forgetting never lasted. Every strike brought back faces I tried to bury, men laughing around fires, the sound of gunfire, the smoke. Inside, June laughed with May. I heard it through the window. It hurt good? I wanted her to laugh again. Clara came out, crossed her arms. You said our father died to bandits. I froze. That's right. She looked at me hard. You sound like you know those bandits. I said nothing. Silence can lie better than words. She shook her head. You're hiding something. Go inside, Clara. She went, but her eyes stayed angry. Later that night, May sat on the porch beside me. The stars were cold. You got ghosts, Luke? She asked. Plenty. They ride quiet. Not quiet enough. She sipped her tea. You're running from something. I'm trying to make something right. She looked at me for a long time. You don't make things right by bleeding alone. You do it by living, I said. Living ain't easy when the past follows. May smiled sadly. It never stops following, Cowboy. But you can choose where it leads. Her words stuck like a thorn. The next morning, I woke early. The ranch was quiet. I watched the girls sleep in the loft. June hugged a blanket too big for her. Clara's eyes were open, pretending to sleep, pretending to trust me. Outside, dawn spread gold over the valley. I chopped wood again. Each swing made me feel both strong and weak. May came out with coffee. Morning, she said. Morning. You work like a man trying to erase something. Maybe I am. She handed me the cup. Don't drink guilt. It never fills you. I nodded, though I didn't understand her fully. By noon, I took the girls to town. We bought bread, sugar, and nails. People stared. Maybe they knew my face from somewhere. I kept my hat low. Why do they look at us like that? June asked. Because they don't know our story, I said. What is our story? Clara asked coldly. Just a man and two girls trying to build a home. Back at the ranch, May helped June feed the chickens. I stood by the fence, watching. For a moment, peace felt real. The wind touched my face like forgiveness. Then I saw movement near the barn, a figure at a distance, watching. A chill crawled through me. May noticed, too. You know him? She whispered. No, I lied. But I did. That shape, that hat, it belonged to my past. Night came fast. I locked the door, kept the rifle close. The girls slept. May sat by the fire. You'll tell me when trouble comes, won't you? She said quietly. I always do, I lied again. But lying felt heavy now. Every lie built another wall between me and the people who saved me. Before sleep took me, I looked at June and Clara. 2 lives I had no right to guard. Every sunrise after that, I worked harder. Not for money, not for peace, for a promise I made beside a dying woman. And every sunrise I asked myself the same question. How long before the truth burns this small home too? The sun hit hard that morning. I was fixing the fence when I saw dust rising on the road. A rider was coming fast. My hands froze around the wire. I knew that kind of ride. Loose, proud, dangerous. The man stopped at the gate, smiled like sin. Luke Hart, he said. Still breathing? I dropped my hammer. Eli Carter, he laughed, slow and cruel. Didn't think you'd remember. I remember every man who left me for dead, I said. He climbed off his horse, kicked the dust from his boots, and looked around the ranch. Nice place. Must pay well hiding behind that widow's skirts. Say what you want, Eli, then go. Oh, I'll go, he said. But first I want what you owe, I frowned. Owe? He leaned closer. His breath smelled like whiskey and rot. You owe me for keeping your secret. I know what you did. You were one of us when we burned that wagon. When we killed their pa, my heart thudded. Keep your voice down. Why? He grinned wider. Scared the girls will hear? Scared they'll know their sweet protector was part of the slaughter? Eli, I warned, hand on my belt. He looked down, saw the gun. Oh, you still quick with that iron, huh? Go ahead, shoot me. But make sure no one's watching. The hammer clicked. I could feel the weight of the choice. Luke! June's voice cut through the air. I turned. She stood on the porch in her yellow dress, hair tied with a ribbon. Her small hands gripped the railing. What's going on? She asked. Nothing, I said, lowering the gun. Go back inside. Eli smiled at her. You must be June. Heard a lot about you. Don't talk to her, I snapped. She frowned. Who is he? Just an old friend, Eli said. Ain't that right, Luke? Get off my land, I said. Eli tipped his hat. Sure, but next time bring money. Say, $500 should keep me quiet. I don't have that kind of money. You've got a month, he said. After that, I might pay the sheriff a visit. Or maybe tell the older girl. What's her name, Clara? I stepped forward. You stay away from them, he chuckled. Relax, Luke, I ain't the devil. I just want what's fair. Nothing fair about blackmail, he shrugged. World's never been fair, brother. June's eyes went from him to me. You know him? Used to, I said. Long time ago, Eli winked. We rode together once. Ain't that right, partner? Get out, I said through my teeth. He laughed, swung into the saddle. You can't bury blood, Luke. It always seeps back through the dirt. Then he rode off, dust curling behind him like smoke. June came down the steps slowly. Why did he say that? People talk nonsense, I said. She shook her head. He looked at you like he knew you. I told you, it's nothing. Go inside. But you had your gun out, she whispered. Were you going to shoot him? I don't know, I said honestly. She stared at me a long time. You scared me. I scared myself, I said. She took my hand. Don't do that again, I nodded. I won't. When she went inside, I stood there alone. The world felt smaller. The birds were silent. The wind carried the faint echo of Eli's laugh. I walked to the barn and sat on a hay bale. My hands shook. I opened my coat pocket and pulled out an old wanted poster. Faded, torn, my own name across it. I had kept it all these years to remind myself who I was and who I must never be again. But Eli was right. You can't bury blood. You can hide it, lie about it, even pray over it. Still, it stains. May found me an hour later. You look pale, she said. Something happened? An old ghost came by, I said. From your past? Yeah. You gonna tell me about it? No, she sighed. You should. Secrets grow like weeds. I'll handle it. She looked toward the house. June seemed worried. I'll talk to her. May nodded, touched my shoulder. Be careful, Luke. Whatever you're running from. It's still running too. When she left, I sat until sunset. Every sound, a horse's cry, a crow's call, felt like warning. I thought of Eli's words. $500. I didn't have half that. Selling my horse could cover some. Maybe May would loan the rest. But even if I paid him, I knew he'd return. Men like Eli never stop feeding. That night I barely slept. I dreamed of fire again, wagons burning, women screaming. My hand held a torch, my name shouted among killers. Then June's small voice broke through. Can you take her instead of me? I woke sweating, shaking. I went outside, sat on the porch, watched the stars fade into dawn. Peace was gone. And deep down I knew it was never real. I heard the girls laughing outside the barn. The sound felt warm. For a moment I forgot the world. I was fixing my saddle, brushing off the dust, when my hand touched the old leather bag. Inside it, hidden deep, was the past I tried to bury. The paper was torn, brown and soft. My name printed bold, Luke Hart, wanted. Before I could close it, Clara's voice came. Pa, what's that? I froze. Nothing. Just old paper. She stepped closer. Let me see. It's nothing, Clara. I moved fast, but not fast enough. Her hand grabbed the paper. The wind hit hard and silence followed. Her eyes ran over the words. Then her face went pale. This is you. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Her voice cracked. Why is your face on this poster? It says robbery, murder, bounty $500. June ran up, holding a toy horse. What's going on? Clara showed her the paper. Look, this man, our pa, is wanted by the law. June shook her head. No, it's a mistake. That's not him. Clara turned to me. Say something. Tell her it's a lie. My throat burned. I can't, Clara. Her hands trembled. So it's true? I nodded once. It was long ago. Before I met you. Before your mother. She stared at me, angry tears forming. You killed people? I did things I'm not proud of. I rode with men who did worse. I left that life behind. You lied to us, she shouted. Every story, every word, you lied. June started crying. Stop, please. He saved us. He's good. Clara turned to her sister. He's not who you think. He's one of them, June. The same kind that burned our home. Her words hit me like bullets. I tried to reach her. Listen to me. I didn't know your father was there that night. I swear it, she stepped back. Don't touch me. I tried to make it right, I said. Your mother asked me to keep you safe. I did that, Clara's voice rose. You kept your secret safe, not us. June held my arm, sobbing. Please, Clara, don't leave. But Clara dropped the paper and ran toward town. Clara! I shouted. Wait! She didn't look back. I saddled my horse fast. June grabbed my coat. Don't hurt her. I won't, I said softly. I just need her to listen. I rode hard through the dust and wind. The town bell rang somewhere far off. Every hoofbeat felt like a heartbeat out of place. When I reached Main Street, people stared. My name had been whispered before, but now it would spread like smoke. I saw Clara near the sheriff's office, standing still, holding the paper. Clara, I called. She turned. Her eyes were red, but her hands firm. You can't hide it anymore. I'm not hiding, I said. I came to tell you everything. The sheriff stepped out. Luke Hart. That name sounds familiar. Clara handed him the paper. He's wanted. The sheriff studied me. That poster's old. Still, a man don't lose his past so easy. I know, I said. But I'm not that man anymore. Clara glared. You said you'd protect us. You never said you needed protection from the law. I didn't want you to live with my sins. She crossed her arms. Too late. The sheriff sighed. I ain't sure what to do yet, Luke. Sit tight. I looked at Clara. If you want me gone, I'll go. But June, she still needs care. Clara's lips pressed tight. You always talk about care. What about truth? I wanted to tell you, I said. Every day I wanted to. But I saw how you looked at me. Like I was the man you could trust. You should have trusted me back. Her words hurt more than any gunshot. The sheriff went inside to check the records. I stood there in silence. People peeked through doors. The air felt heavy, like before a storm. I said quietly, Clara, your mother forgave me. Before she died, she said I could be better. I tried. Clara looked down. She didn't know who you really were. She knew enough, I whispered. She saw the man I wanted to be. Tears filled her eyes. Then be that man now. Turn yourself in. The world stopped spinning. What? If you mean what you say, if you want redemption, then face what you did. I looked at my hands. The scars, the dirt, the blood that never fully washed away. Maybe she was right. But then June's voice came from behind us. Please don't take him. She had followed us, panting, crying. She ran into my arms. June, Clara said softly, go home. No. He's our family. He saved us! The sheriff came back, holding the paper. This bounty's years old, dead or alive. But the name's still good, he looked at me. You gonna make this easy, Luke? I looked at June, then at Clara. Her eyes begged me to do the right thing. I nodded. Yeah, I'll make it easy, June screamed. No, Clara reached for her. June, stop. I walked to the sheriff, hands raised. I'll go. But please, look after them, Clara whispered. Why now? Because maybe this is how I keep my promise, I said. You both deserve peace, the sheriff nodded. All right then. Let's go. I turned once more. June was crying hard. I'll come back, I said. Clara whispered. Don't lie again. Her voice broke, but I saw a flicker in her eyes, pain mixed with something softer. The sheriff led me away. Chains cold on my wrists. The road back to town felt longer than any trail I'd ever ridden. Still, inside my chest, something felt lighter. Maybe this was the start of paying back what I owed. Behind me, I heard June's voice in the wind. Come home soon, and Clara's reply, quiet but clear. If he can. The night was quiet at first. I heard the horses before I saw them. The sound came from the east field like thunder rolling slow. I grabbed my gun and stepped outside. The sky was gray-blue, the kind of color before dawn wakes. I smelled smoke. Widow May shouted from the barn. Luke! Riders 3, maybe 4. My stomach dropped. I knew that sound. Those voices, that laugh. Eli Carter. Said, May, wake the girls. Get June inside. Bar the doors, she ran. I could hear her boots hit the porch. The air felt heavy, full of old sins I could never bury. Then Eli called out from the dark. Luke Hart, long time. You still playing family, man? I stepped forward, gun raised. Leave, Eli. You don't belong here, he laughed. Neither do you, brother. You forget whose blood bought this peace? The firelight showed their faces, Tucker, Vance, and Eli, Same devils from my old gang. Same men who killed those girls' father. Eli rode closer. Where's the older one? Clara, right? Pretty name, I aimed at him. Don't you say her name, he smiled wide. Relax, Luke, I just want a word. Behind me, I heard Clara's voice. Who are they? I turned. Get back inside, Clara. But she didn't move. They're your friends, aren't they? From before? Eli chuckled. Smart girl. Smarter than you, Luke, I shouted. Get back inside. But it was too late. Vance grabbed her, pulling her off the porch. She screamed. I fired once. The shot hit Vance in the shoulder. He dropped her. She ran, but Tucker grabbed her hair. I fired again. He fell. Eli yelled, You just can't stop killing your own. He shot back. The bullet tore past my arm. I fell behind the fence. The wood cracked beside me. Sheriff Doyle's voice came from behind the barn. Luke, you got cover? Barely, I shouted. He fired 2 rounds, hitting Eli's horse. The animal screamed. Eli rolled, came up shooting. A bullet caught Doyle in the chest. He dropped to his knees. Sheriff! I ran to him. Blood soaked his vest. He coughed. Finish it, Luke. End it right. I nodded. I will. Eli reloaded, laughing. You think she'll forgive you after this, Luke? The truth's out already. I said nothing. I stepped from the fence, slow and steady. The air burned my lungs. I raised my gun. He smirked. Still think you're some kind of hero? No, I said. Just done running. We fired at the same time. His bullet grazed my side. Mine went through his chest. Eli fell on his knees, eyes wide. He whispered, You think they'll forgive you? I walked closer. No, but I'll forgive myself. He tried to smile, but blood filled his mouth. He dropped his gun, fell face first in the dirt. I heard crying. June. I turned and saw her on the porch, shaking. Luke, you're hurt! I fell to one knee. I'm fine, June. Stay there. The barn was burning now. Flames ate through the roof, bright against the dark sky. May pulled Clara out, coughing hard. Clara's face was streaked with tears and ash. She looked at me. You killed them. All of them. I had to, I said. They'd have killed you. She stared, shaking. You're one of them. You were one of them all along. Her words cut deeper than the bullet. June stepped between us. He saved us, Clara. He saved you. But Clara turned away. I can't look at you. Not anymore. She ran into the house. May grabbed her arm. Girl, stop. Let her go, I said. My voice sounded far away like it belonged to someone else. The fire grew louder. The sheriff was gone. Tucker and Vance were dead. Eli lay still, face to the dirt. June touched my arm. Luke, we have to go. The fire's coming. I looked at her small face, her eyes full of fear and faith. I know, I said softly. Get the horses. We rode till the sun broke the hills. The ranch burned behind us. Smoke trailed in the wind like ghosts following close. June leaned against me, weak from the night. You did what you had to, right? I didn't answer. My hands were shaking on the reins. Blood dripped from my sleeve, warm and steady. She whispered, They won't come back, will they? No, I said. They won't. She closed her eyes. Then it's over. But it wasn't, not really. Every hoofbeat sounded like Eli's voice in my head. You think they'll forgive you? I looked back one last time. The ranch was gone, just black smoke and memory. The sheriff's badge glinted in the dirt. I turned away. Let's find a new home, I said. June nodded, her voice small. Home, she repeated. The word broke me inside. Because I knew what I'd destroyed to build one. The sun climbed higher. The world looked clean, but I was not. My past was gone in fire and blood, but it still rode beside me, whispering. Still, I kept riding. Because stopping meant dying, and I wasn't done yet. The house smelled of smoke and blood. I sat beside June's bed, my hands shaking. Doxana wiped her brow and said quietly, She's weak, Luke. The fever's too high. I nodded, but my voice broke. She'll make it, right? Doxana looked at me, then down at June. Pray hard. Keep her warm. She walked out, leaving me with the sound of June's slow breath. Clara stood by the door, arms crossed. Her face was pale, her eyes cold. You should have told me, she said. I wanted to, I whispered. But I was scared. Scared of what? The truth? Yes, of losing you both. She laughed without joy. You already lost us. Then she left the room. I looked back at June. Her skin was pale like the moon. Her lips moved, Is she mad at you? Yes, I said softly. She found out things I wanted to forget. June tried to smile. You always said secrets hurt. I know, I said. I'm sorry, June, she coughed, blood touching her chin. I wiped it quick. Don't talk. Save your breath. I want to talk, she said. It hurts when I don't. I sat close, holding her tiny hand. What do you want to say? You remember the river? She asked. Yes, you buried Mama there. My throat closed. Yes, I did. She said you were kind. She was wrong, I said. June shook her head weakly. No, she was right. You saved us. I didn't save anyone, I said. Not then, not now. You did, she said. You gave us home. Her small voice cut through me. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to think my hands could build more than graves. Outside, wind hit the walls. Rain followed, soft at first, then hard. The fire cracked low. I placed another log, but it barely burned. Cold, June whispered. I pulled the blanket higher. Better? She nodded. Clara said you used to ride with bad men. I froze. She told you that? Yes. Do you hate me now? No. Why not? Because you changed, she said. Bad men don't cry like you. I laughed through tears. You always say strange things, June. Maybe, she said. But they're true. Her breathing grew shallow. I felt the fear rise again. Stay with me, June, please. I'm tired, she said. It's dark. Close your eyes for a bit. She shook her head. If I sleep, will I wake? Yes, I lied. She looked at me then. Her eyes were too calm. Can you take her instead of me? My heart stopped. Don't say that, I begged. Please, she whispered. Take Clara. She needs you more. June, no. I can't lose you. She smiled faintly. You already lost enough. I pressed her hand to my chest. You're my little one. I promised your mother. I know, she said. You kept your promise. I shook my head. No, I failed her. I failed you both. She coughed again, blood on the pillow now. Don't cry, Luke. I can't help it. She looked past me. It's warm now, she said. The rain sounds nice. Her fingers went still in mine. I held them tighter. June? No answer. Only the sound of the storm. June, please, wake up. Say something. Nothing. I leaned close, waiting for breath. There was none. I shouted for Doxana. She ran in, checked her pulse, then looked at me. Her eyes said everything. No, I said. She was just talking. Doxana touched my shoulder. She's gone, Luke. I sat there numb. The fire went out. The wind kept howling. Clara came back hours later. Her eyes were red. Is she? I nodded. She covered her mouth and fell to her knees. I didn't mean what I said, she cried. I couldn't speak. I just held June in my arms. She felt light, like air. Clara whispered. She wanted to see the river again. We'll take her there, I said. Tomorrow. Outside, the storm slowed. I looked at June's face one last time. She looked peaceful, like she finally found home. I touched her hair and said, Sleep now, little one. I'll take care of her, like you asked. The fire caught again for a moment, a small, warm glow. Then it died. The night was quiet. Only the wind spoke. I sat on the old porch, boots on the rail, letters on my lap. I never sent them, but I wrote them anyway. I talked to ghosts now. That was my life. Evening again, I said to no one. You'd both laugh if you saw me. The fire inside the cabin crackled. My horse moved in the barn, a soft sound like breathing. I looked up at the moon. It hung low, big and yellow, watching me like an old friend who remembered everything. Clara, I whispered, I fixed the fence today. You'd be proud. June would have painted the boards pink again. The wind brushed my face. For a moment, I thought I heard June's laugh. Light, soft, quick. My heart jumped. I closed my eyes. June, I said, you here again, kid? No one answered, but I smiled. Maybe she was. Maybe both of them were. The ranch had changed, but not much. The walls still leaned, the floor still creaked, and my coffee still tasted like dirt. But the land was quiet now. The trouble was gone. The gunfire, the shouting, the fear, all gone. Sheriff Doyle stopped by last spring. He asked, You ever think of leaving, Luke? I told him, this land knows my name. I'll die here. He nodded slow. You did wrong once. You did right later. Maybe that's balance, balance. That word sat heavy in my mind. I didn't know if I believed in balance. Some things you can't fix. You just carry them. May still ran her ranch down the road. Sometimes she brought me pie and said, "You look thinner every year." I told her, "That's because ghosts don't eat much." She laughed. "Then eat for the living, fool." I liked her laugh. It made the silence easier to bear, but I never asked her to stay. My life was built on graves and promises. I couldn't mix that with hope. Still, sometimes she'd say, "You could start again, Luke." And I'd answer, "I already did. I just started too late." One evening, while feeding the horse, I found an old ribbon under the hay. June's ribbon, faded pink, frayed at the edge. My chest tightened. I sat down right there on the dirt floor and held it like it was gold. "You remember this?" I said into the dark. "You said I looked funny with it on my hat." A laugh came from nowhere, or maybe from inside my head. It didn't matter. I laughed back, and it felt real. That night I took out my letters again. The first one was for Clara. "Clara," I wrote, "you were right to hate me. But hate don't mean love was never there. I hope you found peace even if I never do. You saved me more times than I can count." The second letter was for June. "June, little one, I fixed the window like you asked. The cold don't get in anymore. You'd like the stars tonight? They're bright enough to ride by?" I folded both letters and set them by the window. The moonlight hit them, soft and silver. A knock came at the door. My heart jumped. It was late, too late for visitors. I opened it slow. Clara stood there, taller, older, eyes colder. But it was her. "Clara," I said, breath gone. "Hello, Luke," she said. "I was passing through." "Through?" I asked. She nodded. "I heard you were still here. Thought I should see for myself." I tried to smile. Still breathing. "Still stubborn," she looked around. "Looks the same. Yeah, time doesn't move much here." For a while, neither of us spoke. Then she asked, "You still write those letters?" I laughed. "Every week." She walked to the table, picked one up, and read a line. Her lips trembled, but she didn't cry. "June would have liked that," she said softly. "She'd like seeing you," I replied. Clara looked at me. "She does." "Through you," those words hit deep. My throat burned. I wanted to say sorry again, but she stopped me. "I know," she said. "You already did." We sat on the porch, quiet as the stars. She told me about a small town east, about her job teaching, about a boy who made her smile. I listened. Every word felt like sunlight. When she stood to leave, I said, "You sure you don't want to stay?" She smiled faintly. "You still don't know how to ask right." Then she hugged me. It was short but real. When she rode off, I didn't follow. I just watched the dust fade. Now I ride sometimes at dusk. Just me, the wind, and two shadows beside my horse. They never fall behind. "Still here, huh?" I whisper. June giggles in my head. Clara's voice says, "Always." And for the first time, I believe them. The river glows under the moon. I stop there often. The water runs quiet, carrying old sins away. I take off my hat, bow my head and say, "You both still ride with me." The wind answers with a soft laugh. Maybe that's forgiveness. Maybe that's home.